What's up, Sooner Nation? Welcome to the Sooner Surge podcast that tells it like it is. Here on a Thursday night, March Madness is underway. It's really been kind of mid as far as upsets. Just haven't been a lot, Jay. But welcome to the Sooner Surge. Thanks for being here, everyone that's already on here joining. Not a whole lot to talk about, but we always find something to talk about. What's going on, Jay?
What's up, man? Your bracket busted yet?
I wouldn't say busted, no. I mean, Louisville like you, so it's not busted.
I've done pretty well so far, except Louisville. I had Louisville going to Final Four. That was the killer for me. But other than that, I think I've lost one game. I'm doing pretty good. Had the Drake upset, had the McNeese upset. So
Teresa, we did not get 100 likes. That's why Jason didn't do the mustache. You guys didn't come through for us.
Hey, there hasn't been a whole lot of just close games, like going down to the wire. The Arkansas-Kansas game was a good game. That went down to the end. Omaha looking pretty good so far against St. John's. If they were to somehow win that bracket, you would have Drake, Arkansas, and Omaha. One of them going to be in the Elite Eight. I mean,
it's crazy.
Or Tech. I guess Texas Tech's still there, but yeah, it's still early though in that game. St. John's will probably go on a big run here, but.
Yeah, Jay, I'm going to bring something. Oki's already ready to open the phone line. I don't know what he's going to try to bring tonight. I mean, I cooked him last night, so I'm not sure what he'd bring tonight. But, Jay, I've got to bring something up. I kind of hinted at it in the chat already. And Kansas has fallen. Kansas has fallen. Hunter Dickinson, any Kansas fan will tell you, not as good as advertised. Not as good as they thought he was.
You know what I think it shows you?
What?
I think it shows you the days of keeping a team together for 3 or 4 years and winning. Like Dickinson, who's that guard they had, number 3, Harris, DeJuan Harris. I mean, Adams, at 24, Adams, right? I mean, they've had some of these guys there for forever. This should have been their year.
Should have been, Jay, but it's not.
I don't know what happened.
Yeah. My OKC's like bothering me. In the camera, it looks like it's like flashing. I don't know.
Yeah, it does kind of look like it's flashing a little bit.
Hey, I got to bring it up, Jay, because I saw the Parker, and I was not able to read the article. Let me get to it before just a little hint for you. Colin. I think Colin is scheduled to play one of my sons in NCAA 25. So send me an email, Colin, on when you're able to play, or send him an invite. I think that's who he plays. What defines success this season for OU Hoops? Well, they made the tournament, which is farther than they've ever been under Porter Moser. But I think winning one would be great. I love what Porter Moser said today on his press conference, that the guys have practiced well. They have a joy.
What do you think he's going to say?
Well, it seems like this team's tight, Jay. So I like that.
I think sometimes you read into some of those things.
It's okay, Jay, whatever. You know what I'm not reading into? The stuff about some of the hype train that people are on right now. Pickle.
You're not buying it?
I saw Parker Thune's tweet today about a high school player, a top 100 recruit that said John Mateer is the best quarterback he's ever seen. Well, I hope he's in high school.
Well, I think
that's, to me, it's all this hype stuff. Like, okay. Do I love what I've seen about John Mateer? Yes. But I want to see it in action before I get like just overboard about it. I learned my lesson last year, Jay.
Well, I think you read into some of these things, that these little interviews, and so you read a little too much into them. Hey, Germ, Pickle last year was right on OU, was he not?
Yes, but Jay.
So what makes you think he won't be right this year and they'll be really good?
I'm not talking his prediction, dude.
What are you talking about, Dan?
I think it was him today who put the stuff out about how the celebration by OU at practices and all this stuff. Like, I like it, but
he says it looks fun. It looks like a fun atmosphere. What's wrong with that?
I don't want to get too much into it, Jay. To me, it's a little bit. I don't know, man. I'm just not drinking it yet, okay? I'm not drinking it yet. Mac, I agree with you. My point was the comment was from a high school recruit.
Well, okay, let me, Jerm. I'm going to throw a scenario out there for you. Your son is a senior. He's a senior in high school. This is an example. I do not know who this recruit was, so I can't answer that. But
I don't either.
Let's just say your son, senior in high school, trying to decide where to go. Been an OU fan most of his life. Goes and visits. He comes back and is like, Dad, that guy's the best quarterback ever. I mean, what would you really expect from your son? He probably pumped up, dude. I mean,
that's Jay. You're proving my point.
Like, I don't understand what the big deal is.
There's nothing. There is no big deal. That's my point. It shouldn't be a big deal. Why are people trying to make it a big deal?
What do you expect a 17, 18-year-old kid to say? They're going to say, nah. I mean,
you're proving my point, Jason.
No, you're proving my point,
no,
dude.
Jay,
it's
not a big deal. Who cares what a high school kid says about John McCain?
You do, obviously.
Can you hear me?
You're like, you were texting today. You're like freaking out. It's like, just chill, dude. It's a 17, 18-year-old kid saying what he thought of a quarterback.
What do you, open your ears, clean out your earwax. I'm done with you, man.
Clean out my earwax. Okay, man.
You're proving my point. It shouldn't be a story, Jay.
Then why are you talking about it?
I brought it up. Okay, do you want me to rip someone right now? I will if you want me to.
Hey, I don't.
You'll call me. You'll call me after the live and say, "Why'd you even bring it up?" So I'm about to do it because of you. So get ready.
Okay, let's open the phone lines.
I didn't post a story about a high school kid, Jay.
Open the phone lines.
It wasn't me. Do you want me to tell you who it was and go at it? Because I will. Like I don't get you, Jay. I didn't make up the story. I didn't talk about it. What are you talking about?
What do you? I'm so confused right now. I don't even know what we're talking about.
You don't listen when I speak, so obviously
I do listen. Sometimes I have to try to tone it out. It's so loud, but
well, I'm working on getting a microphone so I can still use my computer but use the microphone. Okay.
I guess I'm confused because you said you come on there talking about it, but you say it shouldn't be an issue. It shouldn't be a story, but you're talking about it. I'm confused.
Yeah, I'm saying it shouldn't be a story, Jay.
Well, it's not a story, is it?
Oh, I thought I shared the link earlier today. It was a story.
I've been busy. I haven't had time to check everything.
Jeez,
else.
Dude.
Man. Sooner-thron. Let me see. VHS in 2006. I'm trying to catch up in this chat, but I can't. Do we get a cornerback in the portal? John, I say yes. I say we do. If you're saying we. But I say Oklahoma does. You say we, but I say Oklahoma.
I think OU does as well. It's the one position they really need to try to get.
I agree with you there. I think you have to. That's in a position group. Hunter, did you ever drop the phone lines in there? I don't think you have. Let me go ahead and get them in there for everybody.
I think Okie Long Guy's just trying to get me fired up early, is what
I think he is too. I think he is too. There's the link to call in.
Hey, let me make sure everything I'm saying is clear, because what I'm saying is there was Mateer hype when he came here, and I was part of it. But it just seems to be like there's no spring game. So it's like I think some people are – and look, I've heard that he's staying after practice, working with the receivers. Absolutely love it. Love everything about it. But it seems like the play with the celebration. I love the energy. I love that they're having fun. But let's not act like that was some miraculous Sooner magic play that they did. They were playing AIR.
I think they were just – they were
going against AIR.
But I think Pickle's thing is they're just having fun. He likes the atmosphere and everything.
I like the atmosphere.
Okay, so it shouldn't be a big deal.
And by the way, the Giovanni Gibson hype, I was on before he even got to OU. I haven't changed my opinion on Giovanni Gibson, but I haven't said he's even better than I thought because I haven't seen anything.
What's more important than we fans in any revenue sports? It's we. I mean, I guess you could say that because if you're donating money, you could say we.
Hey, listen, Aaron, I'm with you. I'm going to pump the brakes on anything until week 1. And then week 1, I'll be able to get hype if OU dominates, even though they have Michigan around the corner. I just want to see the offense.
Okay, but I'm going to disagree a little bit. I can be hyped by what I see, but
What
then
have you seen, Jay?
But Germ, listen.
No, I'm asking you. What will you see?
I can be hyped by what I'm seeing on video, whether it be the energy, whether it be guys material thrown. I can be hyped. That doesn't mean I'm sitting there saying they're going to go 10-2. Why can't I be excited about OU football? I mean, if that's what people are.
That's weird coming from you because you're the one that said, Germ, all they show are the highlights. They're not going to show any bad things. Why are you getting hyped about it?
But
you're coming from you. I get it, though. That's good. Change your tune. I'm fine with it.
It sounds like you're upset if fans get hyped for the season. Is that what you're? I mean,
I'm not upset with any fan. What? Who said I'm upset with people? All I said is I'm not going to get by the hype train from what people are posting until I see it for myself, Jay.
Well, I understand that. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and argue that. We got Okie Lawn Guy on the line, opening up the calls tonight. What's up, Okie?
Okay, take a deep breath with me. Ready?
He closed down the lines last night, and he's opening tonight.
3, 2, 1. Okay. So something has resurfaced that I had a serious issue with in previous years after watching this NCAA tournament. I think I'm turning a face now. If Omaha University can get some serious dudes, as well as some other small schools that are coming into this NCAA tournament and having serious looking basketball dudes on their team, why is it such a difficult thing who have probably way less budget than the University of Oklahoma basketball program? Why does it seem to be such an issue why can't we recruit those guys who look like serious dudes? Wait. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start turning a face now. And I am going to say, I'm glad we made the tournament. I'm happy for the guys. I think it's officially time to. I hope that somebody does come and get Porter Moser.
Wow.
And I hope that he is able to be successful somewhere else, because time has come and it's time to go and get Chris Crutchfield to become our coach and to really, make this a proud program. It is. It has gone way too long. It's just awful to watch.
We haven't watched them tomorrow night yet.
They still have to
play. Are you going to call in tomorrow night? Are you going to call in tomorrow night if OU beats UConn by 20 and say Moses the guy?
Yes.
You're going to change your tune again?
No. I'll have the same tune.
Okie, real quick though. I mean, I know you probably flipped on the Omaha game, but what kind of dudes do they have that OU doesn't? OU's got a guy that's going to be in the lottery pick, bro.
OU had Sam Darnold starting all year.
I'm talking about, yes, that's what I'm talking about. Guys that are down low, they can feed the ball to, and who are tough and just hearing Chris Crutchfield talk about, like in an interview, he talked about how do you guys get the boards, and he's like, well, that's something that we always focus on. We always focus on hitting the boards and getting rebounds, blocking out. He's like, I believe in toughness, and then he talked about how he was previously actually played football, so he has a football background, which really really got me fired up, because I don't think that Porter Moser ever played football. If he did, I'm not sure what position he played. Well, but
first, I'm shocked to hear you change your tune so quickly. But I'm not saying I disagree. I'm not saying I disagree with you, because that's been part of the issue. Is he brought in Tanner Groves and Sam Godwin, thinking they were going to be the next. What was the guy's name? Crutwig at Loyola, and it didn't work out. He hasn't been great in that area. Now, I get the NIL weakness, all that stuff. I get it. I do like what Moser's been talking, how he's been speaking going in this first round matchup. I think they're going to beat Connecticut. I like how loose they are, but I'm with you. If he leaves, so be it. If he stays, okay, but I'm not going to be like crying or disappointed necessarily if he leaves.
No, I'm with you, Jeremy. I'll be the first one to high five you.
Now, what was this comment about villain? Is this what Will Wade said?
Yes.
What was the question? I'm confused.
I don't know. Villanova's trying to buy a coach out who's in the NCAA tournament right now.
Yeah, that guy's name is Porter Moser.
Well,
Porter Moser.
there could be other coaches that are trying to buy out too. That are
No.
Hey, it's amazing that
Could
Will Wade told his team, "I'm gone," and they still go out there and win. You know why? Transparency.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I don't have any personal vendetta against Porter Moser. I think he's a great guy. I really like listening to him talk, but I think we've got to the end of the road, and I think the road is he's hit the you know how sometimes the road, when they're not going to build the road anymore, they put up barriers, and like they're not going to build it anymore, and it just stops, and they put barriers there, like maybe even a wall. That's where we're at right now. So it's time to start something new. So
Hey, all I got to say is stay tuned, because tomorrow night it'll be about 11 o'clock when we get started, and we'll see if Okie Long Guy changes tune again. If he goes back to the Porter Moser train.
oh, so now you're calling me out and saying that I'm flip flopping?
Well, didn't you?
Well,
It's not flip flopping if you stay with your point tonight. I think Germ's saying if tomorrow night, if they
What
win,
if they win 2 or 3 games?
no. I'll be happy they win, but I think it's still time to go.
Okay, you're with me. I mean, that's kind of my thoughts. But
hey, the thing is, Okie, the Crutchville.
But if he wins it all, maybe I might change.
Hey,
So
hey, we'll see. Hey, the Crutchville though thing is that might be a guy that when you think about who can OU go get, that would be a guy they could go get. They're not going to go get like some big time.
No.
He loved his time at OU, Jay. Chris Crutchfield.
Yeah.
I hope OU did not burn any bridges with Chris Crutchfield. Like I hope there wasn't. I don't know. Did he leave on his own, or did Porter Moser pretty much show him the door that he was not going to be on staff?
Guy. He probably left when. I mean,
he left on his own, I believe.
Yeah,
it was probably mutual. I'm sure there was. I don't know if they were trying to keep him. I mean, so
why did they not try to keep him?
I said I don't know if they were. I wouldn't imagine, because he brought his probably his own guys. But
hey, appreciate it,
Okie.
Well, I know I didn't. I thought I was getting more fired up, but
Jeremy agrees with you there. I think on it.
Jay doesn't get fired up, so
well, it is what I'm ready to watch him play tomorrow night and see what happens. I'm not ready to make a decision on a coach yet.
Oh, he left. Hey, he left 2 years. I thought it was a year of Kruger.
No, he left
2 years before Kruger. Did he leave right after Trae Young?
Oh, I can't remember.
The year after.
Whoa, he left 2 years before Lon Kruger retired?
Yes. That's what took a head coaching job at East Central. I forgot about that, Jay.
Oh, okay.
So,
hey, thanks, Okie.
Oh, hey, one last thing real quick. I don't know if you've already cut me offline, but did you guys see where the Gatorade, 2-time Gatorade Player of the Year came out of Wasso, Oklahoma?
Oh, yeah, Montanati.
Who do you think OU should be going after next year? Or
they're not going to get him. His dad played at OSU.
So that doesn't mean the whole
thing. And
NIL, hey money you get him.
No, you can have some serious NIL. They should drop a really nice NIL package to him. I'm not even kidding.
They should.
If they can't get him over OSU, then that's sad.
Hey, I forgot about this too. He went to Arkansas as an assistant. I remember that now because there was a couple big time recruits that said they loved him when he was at Arkansas as an assistant. So I mean, he can recruit.
Okay, one last thing. This will be the last thing. If Godwin is okay to play tomorrow, should he start?
No way, no chance.
Jay,
he's not gonna. I don't think he's gonna start. I think he'll play.
I wouldn't play him. So unless he's playing Northweather's minutes, I'm not playing him.
Hey, thanks, Okie. Appreciate it.
All right.
Man. I've got to respond to Kenneth before we get to Chester. It says people are trying to hire a coach, and you guys are hollering that. First off, no one said he's no good. He's been mediocre. A bunch of squirrels? Cool.
Hey, let's get to Chester.
When there's something that I don't like, I don't sit there and keep watching it. Now, I have watched a lot of OU basketball when I don't like it, though.
What's
up, Chester?
Hey, guys. I just want to remind folks, please don't believe the hype. Please don't do it. Especially from a particular source, because that source that's hyping up the Fojays and all them and the Mateers. They hyped up Hicks as a day one running back starter. They hyped up G Freaky as an elite wide receiver.
But maybe Mateer is the guy.
I just want to remind everybody, spring doesn't really matter. You got to wait till fall camp. But do what I do. I wait until Red River to see how good we are. Because to me, that's when
I'll be getting hyped before Red River, hopefully.
Oh, I know we're gonna have hype because it's football, but I'm saying just take
and don't you think some of it? Don't you think some of that is that's kind of what they're supposed to be doing?
Well, I mean, they got to generate clicks.
I mean, that's kind of what, and they're.
I just want to remind folks what they said the last 2 years about the Hickses and the G Freakies and all them, and just saying, just wait a while.
I agree with you.
Wait till Red River. That's when you really know, because that game is every year is when you really know. Y'all have fun. Boomer Sooner for life.
Have a good one, Chester.
Hey, Jay, I forgot it. Yeah, Lou Hintz. Hey, yeah, Illinois, and then Dana Altman's great. I love Dana Altman. I mean, to me, Crutchfield. I know, Jay, you talked about Kellen Sampson. I think Crutchfield might be better, more proven.
I don't know.
He's done it himself.
Personally, I don't even like talking about it. When Moser,
I know. We don't need.
I don't understand what we're doing. Moser, they're playing tomorrow night. Like, he hasn't taken a job anywhere.
I think they're winning tomorrow. I have a really good feeling about it.
Okay, I mean, he hasn't announced he's going anywhere. I don't know. I really don't know what we're talking about. But hey, the whole hype stuff. I think I've used this analogy before, but never mind. I'm not going.
No, do it, Jay. Whatever. I'm ready for it.
I'm not going there tonight. I'm not.
Bring it. Go there.
No, I'll talk to you after the show about it.
I'm not doing that, Jay. I want it right now.
I'm not doing it, man.
Now.
No, I'm not.
You are so just weak when it comes to things, man.
Okay, dude.
You'll call me after the show, but you won't say it on the show.
Steelerman says, I feel Michigan would not be a real test. Their head coach is very mediocre hire that felt forced. I'm kind of with you on Moore. I'm not sold on him as a head coach yet.
Plus, they're going to have a new quarterback.
What is OU ranked right now in the recruiting cycle, Hunter? Can you drop it in there where they're ranked at right now? LSU's pushing for the number one class.
Hey, I agree. Jalen Moore has to be a dog tomorrow. He's got to be above the rim. He's got to hit shots. Can't turn the ball over. Jay, what was it you were going to do?
It's just the whole hype stuff. I know it's different because you're not media, but I remember the high school stuff, it was just like nonstop every year. Oh my gosh, this guy looks like a stud quarterback. They're going to be great this year, and then they'd go stink it up.
Well, Jay,
next year, this running back just moved in from Dewey, Oklahoma. Oh my goodness, second coming of Ricky Hook, second coming of Ricky Waters, second coming of whoever. Oh my goodness, didn't do nothing. Oh my gosh,
proving my point.
They got looks the part. Oh wow, their defense is gonna be off the rockers this year, man. They're gonna win state for sure this year. They're gonna beat Union. I mean, it was every single year the hype.
Jay, so, you're proving my point. I'm not there to see it, so I can't talk on it. That's my point.
But they are there.
What?
They are there, are they not?
I agree, they are, Jay.
So they're giving stuff with what their opinions are and what they're excited probably is what they're doing.
Yeah, Jay, there's nothing wrong with what they're doing. All I said was I'm not going to buy it till I see it for myself. That's all I said.
No, I understand the not buying.
Please, man.
I understand the not buying it.
I want to see it for myself.
OU's 30th right now on 247. Jerm, I'm with you on seeing it in a real game. I'm with you. But I think people just get hyped up. That doesn't mean you have to believe it. Doesn't mean you have to get ticked off.
Who said I'm ticked off?
Oh, you kind of came in here and ticked off had something ready to
ticked off.
That's just the way it came across. Maybe I'm thinking it was wrong. Maybe I don't know.
I'm not ticked off, man. It's Thursday night. March Madness is here. Springtime weather today. Like, I am not ticked off at all. I'm not ticked off at anyone who's posting anything. I don't know why.
60 says Moore definitely needs to be aggressive. He does, but they're going to have to shoot the ball well.
Got to shoot the ball well. Got to limit turnovers. Got to rebound.
UConn is not a very good defensive 3-point team, so you're going to get some looks. You got to knock them down, and you got to rebound the ball. You can't get destroyed on the glass, and then you can't turn the ball over. All those key to success, and maybe you're down in the stretch and can be there at the end to try to win the game. KB, I'm with you. just like spring football doesn't tell you a whole lot, recruiting rankings in March don't tell you much because there's guys that flip. It just changes. So doesn't tell you a whole lot. I mean, I think it gives you an area you might be in, but it's not going to say for sure that's where you're going to finish.
Well, hey, Grey God, is he going to have the green light from the bench? Because that's where he's been playing too much of. I think he needs to play more tomorrow night. If Goodine's hitting, fine. If Goodine isn't or Elvis isn't, you've got to bring in the kid. So
and there's some stuff to go off of there. There's some facts. Texas was 17 last year in March. They ended up number 1. So there you have it. Hey, I got trivia, man. I got a couple of trivia questions, but we're going to start with one. Before we do, check out the FanStop, thefanstop.com. Use code SURGE, 10% off your first 3 months. Great hats. I mean, while we're talking about Texas here, there you go. Get that hat on thefanstop.com. But check it out. They are officially licensed and great stuff. Here we go. Trivia tonight. If you're watching the game, you probably heard this stat, but Kansas and Arkansas, a good game back and forth. Kansas, before that game, had won how many consecutive first-round games? How many consecutive first-round matchups had Kansas won before they got ousted tonight? And definitely not 69, Daniel. Definitely not that answer. That would be a long time ago, and it's not it. I don't see the answer. I see some that are close, and there it is. I mean, I'm shocker. 918 gets the point. I mean, that is just unbelievable. Can anybody get a point besides 918? I mean, this is
nope.
17 straight before tonight. They lose.
I thought that's how many trivia questions he got. 17 straight.
Bill Self, man. What a bad year for them. Bad year. Not good. And Calipari gets the W.
What's scoring Michigan right now?
Let's see. Michigan 38-27, they're ahead. UCLA at 59-36 over Utah.
What about Texas Tech?
I don't think they've started yet.
Is Omaha hanging in there?
Omaha's down 5 at half, Jared.
Okay, hanging in.
So,
hanging in. I'd love to see them beat St. John's and Rick Pitino in Providence. That would be just great.
Okie says he's not taking any bait from a high school senior who said John Mateer is the next coming. Well, yeah, I mean, that's just be like if I said it. What if I said he's the next coming? Would you take bait? No, probably not. Now, the difference is the wide receiver that said this was there and watching him. But you know what?
But what's he comparing it to? Who's he caught balls from?
I don't know, Germ. I don't know.
I mean,
so 16-12 Tech, they said in the chat.
Yeah.
So it's been kind of a downer madness first day.
No, you know what that means? Tomorrow the madness comes right there.
No, I mean a downer as far as like the games haven't been great. Too many blowouts.
I agree, Jay. That means tomorrow's probably going to get mad.
Georgia was down 27-3. How about the SEC? Missouri out, Texas out, Georgia out.
Auburn didn't look great.
Yeah, I'm with you, Greg. Louisville ruined mine, but I didn't pick Utah State, but Louisville ruined mine. How about Drake, man? Drake basically in Missouri there, Wichita State, basically playing a home game, Missouri, and Drake goes in there and wins.
Well, Drake had probably as many fans as Missouri did, Jay.
Greg God says Zaga's beating Houston, I'm telling y'all. Just like Louisville, just like Utah State. Now,
hey,
they could beat Houston. I don't think they will.
Houston has looked the best of all the ones so far. I mean, flat out just rolled.
There's only been 2 of them play.
And they've looked the best.
Lane says, I don't understand why this even covers it. What are you talking about, Lane?
I think he's talking about the hype.
And Daniel's right on this. He could be the next Baker, even better. We just don't know yet. And that's
he could be the next Baker. He could be the next Eric Moore. I mean, we don't know. Six-Foe Chevy says, what do you mean? Who am I talking about? I said it right at the beginning, like I already mentioned. I'm not going to keep mentioning it. Fans get hyped about the team and upcoming season if they want. Just because they're not thinking like you means that they have their own mind of thinking. Yeah,
correct. I agree.
Correct. Guys, hey, real quick here. I have not once said tonight that You guys should think how I think. What? Not what's happening here.
I'm not saying that.
All I said is I'm gonna hold my horses yet on some of the hype stuff. It doesn't mean I'm not excited about the season and the impact the offensive changes are going to have. I'm really excited about it. I love that they're staying late and working out. I love that. I love a lot of the things I'm seeing, but I'm just going to be very careful. Okay. You choose pessimism and negativity. They choose. What? Yeah, I'm not even choosing pessimism and negativity right now. I'm just not.
Who's they?
I don't know, man.
Hey, you can have your own opinion. There's nothing wrong with that. People can have their own opinion. That's what they.
I don't understand why people are acting like I'm saying you got to agree with me. That's never what I'm about, ever.
No, you're not.
I think OU does get a sweep, although I've been one to say, and I've
talking baseball or
softball. I think
softball.
I've been one to say this, Jay. That OU softball, when they do lose, it'll probably be someone maybe you wouldn't expect.
Possibly.
I think they'll sweep in Columbia.
Sooner Thrawn says Drake has 12 guys played together the last 2 years, played at Northwest Missouri. They all transferred with the coach. Yes, they played Division II, basically. Transferred. And, oh, yeah, I love it. And you can tell
they be the Iowa coach.
I don't know, man. He's a really good coach. Golly, he's really good. Wichita State's at
we have Missouri 3 games and then Wichita State, yeah.
And then you got OSU in there sandwiched in there at some point too.
It's actually home versus Tennessee, I believe, after Wichita State.
No,
and then there's some games where they play some non-con opponents, and then you got Alabama and Tuscaloosa after that. So yeah.
Hey, Germ.
Yeah.
Tomorrow night for the OU basketball game. How many do you think Fears are going to have to score for them to win the game? What do you think?
I think they can win if he scores 20. I think more importantly, he's got to limit turnovers and have good assists. He's going to have. I think if he goes 25 and 5, 20 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, and less than two or less turnovers, they win the game. More than 20 points, 5 rebounds or more, 5 assists or more, and less than 2 turnovers, they're winning the game.
Well, you're going to have to have I think either Kobe Elvis or Duke Miles have a pretty good game, because I think Danny Hurley's a dang good coach. And he's going to do something to try to limit Fears. He just will. Somebody else got to step up.
Yeah. Problems with the O-line have to be corrected. Now, here's what I'll say, Jerry. They have to be corrected or OU is still going to struggle, yes. But even if they're bad, they won't struggle like they did last year, because the scheme is going to be better.
Scheme will be better. Offense will be better. Defense will be about the same, I think. Yeah, we'll see how many wins they get. I mean, I'm optimistic. I don't know how many wins. I'm optimistic. I think they're going to be a better team. But like I said before, they could be a lot better of a team and 8 wins be the max. I mean, with this schedule, number 1 in the country, man, it's going to be the margin. Okay, let me ask this question, everybody in the chat. Over under. I'm going to set the bar here. Over under 5 games. You tell me if you're taking the over under of how many games are less than 1 possession. 7 points or less. Out of 5. Five's the line.
I'm going to say less than 5 or within 7.
Okay.
That's just me.
Where are you at? Where are you at?
What do you mean?
What
maybe 4. Maybe 4.
So that's what I'm saying. You win all 4 of those, you have a great season. You lose all 4, not a great season. You split, then you're a good season. I just think there's going to be a lot of games where it's going to be such a tiny margin, and you got to make – and that's when guys like Mateer, we can sit here and talk about Mateer is the next Baker or whatever. We're going to find out, because those are the times those guys make the plays to win you the games. Now, I mean, let's think about this. I don't want to go down this road a whole lot, but I kind of want to bring it up. As When was the last time OU had that guy that can make the game-winning plays? Who would you say it was? I mean, you have Dylan Gabriel, the one game at Texas, but other than that,
he wasn't that guy, Jay.
No, he just had the one game at Texas. I'm saying, who was the guy? How far back do you go?
Caleb
Caleb
Williams was that guy. I mean, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think that's how far you go back is Caleb Williams.
Jalen.
Caleb was more recent than Jalen.
Yeah, he was, but he didn't play. Well, how many games did he start? 6, 7 at Oklahoma?
And had plenty of close games and won them for him, a lot of them, Jay.
The scheme will fix the offense.
I agree. The scheme is going to help immensely. Immensely.
So this is my point on this. We can sit here and you can sit here and you can nitpick everything a head coach does. And Brent Venables has had 3 seasons at Oklahoma. He's had 2 6-7 seasons and 1 10-2 season. Okay. But I think we can all sit here and agree that they haven't had that dude. And I'm not saying whose fault that is. I'm just saying they've lost. I don't know what, Hunter, maybe you can look at what is their record in 7 points or less games. What is their record?
This is a great line. The scheme will help, but a good old line will fix it. Oh, yeah, that's correct. And Daniel, what I would say is, first off, I would say everyone is privy to their own opinion. So anyone who's buying the hype, so be it. Me personally, I don't want to be disappointed. So I'm going to be less quick to buy the hype. Now, as the season gets closer, I'm sure I'll be buying a lot of the hype. It's just, if the spring game was still going on and I could go watch them, I might be more apt to buy the hype. You can't really see what's going on from a fan's perspective. So, me personally, now, if the players came out and said, don't buy the hype, I'm going to say this right now, Daniel. If R. Mason Thomas or if John Mateer were interviewed this week and they said, listen, I want everyone to understand something, fans. We're working hard. We're putting in a lot of time. We feel good about it, but hold your horses until we've got to play games first. Like, I wouldn't mind if they said that. Now, they're not going to, but.
Hey, KB brings up a good point. I think what you're going to see from Mateer this year is a guy that's very decisive. The ball will be out of his hands very quickly.
He knows the offense really well,
too.
He
knows the offense very well. He knows who he wants to throw the ball to. He knows the reads. He's a smart quarterback, all that stuff. I think what KB's bringing up is what the insider from Washington State brought up last year when he came on our show after Arbuckle decided to go to OU. It was the down the field will be his. That's where he has to. I think he said that's where he has to improve the most. So that's going to be what I'm keeping my eye on with Mateer. I think everything else already, the guy's going to have it like the back of his hand. He's a guy that knows the offense. He's very decisive compared to what they've had there last year. The short passes he'll throw really well. I mean, so we'll see, man. 5-9, Hunter says. There you go. 2-2 in 2024 last year. 5-9. So 2-2 last year.
So they were 3-7 before that.
Yeah. So they were 2-2 last year. And those games are what make you have a 6-7 season compared to 8-4 or a
0-5 in 2022. Hey, guys. Well, again, the comparison to Baker and stuff.
I'm not comparing him to Baker.
No.
I'm not comparing him to Baker. I am interested to see how much he runs, though, at OU.
Yeah, and I agree, Lane. Find the mismatch. Find it quickly. Go there. Move the chains. Keep moving the chains. Give them time. Look, there were times last year, games where you held your breath every time OU dropped back to pass. 1, you knew he wasn't going to have time to pass. And 2, you knew he wasn't going to look off anyone. So it could be a a turnover or
Hey.
just drop the ball. So,
hey, there's going to be so much hype for Oklahoma after week 1. Just book it right now, because what OU fans watched last year on offense, they're going to roll out there in that first game, and they're going to look like back in the day with Lincoln Riley. They will. The first game, they're going to come out and destroy, and their offense is going to probably be clicking on all cylinders. And then you got Michigan the next week. Now, listen to this. If they go out there and beat Michigan and look good on offense, yeah, that's true. I mean,
yeah,
you'll have everybody
Hey,
talking about Oklahoma.
Gray God's in the lead in our Sooner Surge Tournament Challenge. It looks like Crystal's got 100. Gray God's at 110. Hey, the bomb.
What's up, Bomb?
What is up, man? Good to see you on here. Appreciate the super. Thanks so much for your support. Great seeing you on here again. I'll ask again, where's our kicker?
Who's it going to be, Jerem? Who's it going to be?
Probably Liam Evans.
Yeah, I don't think it's Liam Evans. I think it's no. It's not.
Who is it then, Jay?
The transfer.
I thought he was just a punter, Jay.
I don't know, Jeremy.
I think it's going to be Liam Evans.
Do you think so?
I do.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. You know what?
Crazy. The last couple years, kicker's been bad. Now, last year Schmidt was better. But I think Liam Evans is going to be.
What about Keltner last year before he got?
I think Schmidt was better than Keltner, Jay.
Well, the thing is, last year there was a lot of people questioning who is it going to be. And they were
Kennesaw State.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The transfer. That's what I said.
But I thought he was more of a punter, Jay. I think Liam Evans is going to be the kicker. I do. I really do.
Maybe. Hey, you know what? This brings up a good thing. You saw Drake win tonight. Division II guys. Is it different in basketball going from Division II to Division I compared to football?
Well, you only need about 5 guys in basketball.
No, but what I'm saying, the step up from Division II basketball to Division I is an easier transition than football.
100%, Jay. You know that.
Why? Why is that?
The physicality of it.
I know. I'm just asking because there's been. I mean, I've heard coaches say in basketball, if they play in Division II, they can be fine in Division I in basketball.
Correct. They're not comparable.
I agree. It's totally different. I'm with you. I just want to ask a question. I'm with you.
Yeah, I do remember.
We agree, man.
I do remember 2 guys from Kennesaw State, but I still think Liam Evans is going to be the kicker.
Dude, there's so many Kennesaw State there for a while there. I wanted to say, was there a tight end from Kennesaw State too?
Oh, yeah.
Pipeline, baby. Pipeline.
Minor league club.
Yeah.
Jay, do you have OU winning tomorrow night?
In my bracket, I picked them to win that game. Yes. I did.
I'm saying, besides your bracket, do you have them winning?
Ask me at 6:00 tomorrow.
I've got them beating UConn and Danny Hurley. I've got them beating them.
I'll say like this. I'm not feeling very I'm not huge confidence tomorrow. I think you're going to get a 2-time defending national championship coach. And then
different team.
You want me to tell you why else I'm a little bit, I don't know now after today, is watching Missouri and Georgia both lose. Because wouldn't you kind of put OU along those same lines as Missouri and Georgia?
Correct, but Jay,
Arkansas won, so
Arkansas beat Kansas. So
yeah, so we'll see. OU. The thing is, OU's been playing a lot better down the stretch. So you got to
Jay, starters and secondary. I'm just gonna Gentry Williams to me is not gonna be available in my opinion right now. So I'm just gonna leave him there till it's the same thing with the hype. Until I see it, I'm gonna leave him over to the side. But Eli Bowen's going to be back before fall ball. So Eli Bowen to me is a starter. I'm mixed on who the other starter should be. You know who I've said it should be, who I would like for it to be, Kendall Dobie. I'm one of the few that want that. I want Kendall Dobie to be the opposite corner of Eli Bowen.
Okay, better chance that the starter is already on campus or not?
better chance that he's already on campus. Because I don't know what cornerback they're going to go get now. If someone leaves a big-time program, they could go get him. I think they should go get a corner. I like Devon Jordan or Devin Jordan. But, Jay, if Gentry's healthy, he's going to be the guy if he's 100%.
I agree with you. I agree.
Kendall Dolby can play corner.
Do you agree with 918 here that those are the four? I would say yes.
If healthy, yes. Which would give you Boganowski backing up RSJ, and then Powers backing up Peyton. But Powers could also go to Cheetah. Powers could play some nickel.
Hey, Daniel brings up this. And are you saying, Jerm, you're on the Gentry thing because you don't know if he'll be rehabbed and ready, or you think he might get injured again?
Yes. The latter. He may be ready, but how long is he going to be available? Seems to be the same type of injury.
Yeah.
Ethan O'Connor would have been big. It would have been big.
6'7" Chevy brings him Guillory, Courtney Guillory. A lot of people are really high on him. A lot of people are high on him.
Yes, I'm not high on Jacoby Johnson, though.
Yeah, people talking about Ethan O'Connor would have been.
Yeah, it would have been massive, Jay. It would have been absolutely massive.
Yeah, it would have been a big get for sure.
They could get someone in the spring portal, and it could be a starter.
Yeah, and
like it did with Dominique Williams. I mean, it's doable. It's just I don't know who there's going to be yet.
Yeah, Dominique Williams in the spring. This is where a guy like Nagy comes into play, dude.
John, Dolby may be at Cheetah. My point is, if they're a little bit weak, at corner, that is his number one position was corner, not Cheetah. He was a cornerback out of JUCO. He was a great corner.
Hey,
I love the corner because they have a few guys they could put at Cheetah.
Hey, I love the younger Hawkins, Malik Hawkins. I love him. I think he's going to be a great player at OU. So I really like the Union kid, Devin Jordan. I really like him.
I do too, Jay.
I really like him. In high school when I saw him play, they wouldn't even throw the ball towards him. He just
Jay. Who else at Cheetah? You would have Powers could play Cheetah. Kendall Daniels is who I'd really like to see at Cheetah. I know he's been really practicing inside linebacker.
You know Sammy O can play it, but they're moving him inside probably. So
yeah,
exactly, Okie. We all knew that was going to happen. They were going to get second half. St. John's going to take over.
St. John's good.
Okie's ready to say no Crutchfield now. Back to Moser.
Yep, Okie's going to end the night with saying Moser's the guy.
Gregot says he likes Devin, just don't know if he's ready.
I did not see the interview. I know he was on. He's been on a couple of podcasts. Someone had said. I haven't seen him yet, but hey. 6'4" Chevy says Dolby is definitely a Cheetah. Said so last night, but will play Slaughter outside if they need him. Well, that's what I'm saying. I think they'll need him elsewhere.
I don't know if they will. Here's the thing, Jerm. We all saw him as a Cheetah, and he was great. He was their best Cheetah. So if he's ready to go and healthy, why would you mess with that?
Well, because a guy like Kendall Daniels maybe could play Cheetah, and you can move Dolby somewhere else where they have a weakness, Jay. Yeah,
Daniel, I'm with you on Bogues, man. I love some Mike Boganowski. I want to see him destroy people. I want to see him on the field more this year. I really do. I hope he gets more playing time.
RSJ is the guy who kind of second half of the season wasn't as big of a factor as he was early on.
Yeah, early on. He
was banged up some. He was banged up a little too.
So was Peyton, though. So was Peyton Bowen.
Yeah, he did play outside a lot in JUCO. He did.
Yeah.
So, hey, tomorrow night, Jay, OU tips at 8:25. So
maybe
it could be later. So as soon as the OU basketball game is over tomorrow night, that's when we will go live. Everyone that's on here. So make sure you know that as soon as OU finishes the game, we will be live. I want to say real quick are we sure Kobe is going to be ready? Well, I think people think Kobe's going to be ready, but I don't know. How much they rotate linebackers will be interesting because they got 4 guys, and then you also got a guy like Taylor Heim, Jay, that could get get in the mix.
Yeah, a lot of people liking him right now. So
hey, I want to say thank you again to the bomb for dropping the 1999 bomb on here on our super chat. We appreciate you so much. Right now, Greg God leads the Sooner Surge Tournament Challenge. Congrats to 918 getting the trivia question. Sooners in action tomorrow night at 8:25 against UConn, defending two-time defending champs. Appreciate everyone watching tonight. Again, let me clarify. You be you. Get hyped if you want, or hit the pause button a little. It's up to you. You decide how you want to feel about this team upcoming. And I'm the same way. Hey, thanks for the prayers for our dad. Appreciate it as we make decisions on where to put him. Those places are so expensive. Like, I cannot believe how expensive we're talking, but we want him to have good care. So, yeah, prayers for us as we decide on that. Thanks for watching, as always. You guys have a great rest of your Thursday night. Enjoy the madness for the next hour or so, and then have a fantastic Friday, Sooner Nation and KB Longhorn.